Hi everybody, my name is Christian, owner of CHH Aquarium Services. If you follow us on our Facebook, Instagram, I'm sure you've noticed our miniature pallet tanks such as the one I have here. We are going to start a little video series, pretty much the setup and progression of one of these tanks to show that anybody can have something beautiful at a very small and affordable footprint and cost. So we're going to tell you a little bit about it, and then we're going to jump right into it. So we have a Deep Blue Professional 2-gallon tank. We really like these tanks because the beveled edges, the black silicone, it just gives it a better look overall. I mean, this is what this is for the most part. Yes, it's relaxing, and there's a lot of psychological benefits to having an aquarium, but it needs to look good in our opinion. That's why we built the stand and whatnot for it. So these tanks, they cost, I think new, they're around $20 to $22. So all we use pretty much is we just have the canopy here. There are glass dividers which you can put down vertically in here, and they will allow you to have up to 3 betta fish. Although we recommend that you just have the full tank for 1. So the obviously the canopy goes right on top, just like that. As the rest of the tank sits in the stand here. We've actually took, if you can see this notch right here, since we're going to put a light, we're going to make this a little planted tank. We made this little notch right here so that we can fit this light in. Otherwise we wouldn't be able to fit this exact light, which is just one that we had lying around for this on. So I'm going to go ahead and screw that in quick. Doesn't take much. And this is a full spectrum LED light, which I won't go into too much detail about now, but I know this light can support plant life as well as bringing out the nice colors that betta fish usually have. So I'm going to go ahead and take this back off real quick. Take the lid off. So the gravel that I'm using in this particular tank, I've just got done rinsing it. It's a type of gravel that's used for, it can be used if you don't use plants as well, but it's used for plants. So it has a lot of the minerals and iron. I mean, it's red. I mean, you can just tell there's a lot of iron in it. Used for plants to give them the nutrients and the other carbon sources that they need in order to grow. So, like I said, I've already rinsed this. Otherwise, when I would add water to this, it would just make it horrible. It would just take forever to filter, like a day or so. So I recommend pre-rinsing all gravels, sands, and stuff like that. We're gonna dump that right in. And then, just level it off quick. Don't have to go too crazy. We can aquascape it too. I recommend staying away from, for a planted tank like this, I recommend staying away from stones that are high in calcium, that are like, lake stones in particular, that are designed for tanks with a higher pH, because we're actually going to have a pH that's right around 6 to 7, which is actually more acidic than regular tap water is. So we're going to get right into that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of aquascaping on this tank. I'm going to keep this aquascape really simple. I have a nice piece of driftwood right here that I just got done rinsing off. And I have 3 rocks here. Again, I just want to keep it simple because I want to allow a lot of room for the plants to grow, and I really want the plants to be the focal point of the tank and not the actual rock or the driftwood. So, like I said, I'm just sort of going to stick this guy in here, maybe like that. Use the gravel to sort of support it. And then I'm just sort of going to throw these guys over there like that and create a little hole between them to allow a plant or two to be able to sprout up from underneath them and sort of give it more of a natural look. So sort of stick that guy in there. I am going to add water. It's just really going to make a mess of it, so it's not really going to do much. We'll put the light back on it quick here. I'm limited on cords space, I guess. So as you can see, it's actually going to be a pretty cool little tank. But yeah, I'll get right to adding water. I'm using reverse osmosis water. You can use filtered. This tank's so small, you could go and you could buy you know, distilled water or something else like that. Anything that just has lower levels of contaminants and chlorine and stuff like that in it. Because obviously when this is ready for fish, you don't want there to be any nasty crud in the water for them. You want to keep them as healthy as possible. So we're just going to add some water here. Well, that's not that bad. Where's a plant stuck on one of the pieces of driftwood in here? Alright, so we filled that just about up to the top. I'm going to go back through here. Actually, I might not be able to do it. We are going to put a heater on. This heater is a one temperature heater. I think it stays around 74 to 76 degrees, which is perfect temperature for betta fish. So we're going to go ahead. It's a necessity for them, so we're going to stick that right over there. Suction cup that right on the back for them if I can get it in here. Yep. Go ahead and plug it in. By tomorrow, hopefully, water temp should be up, water should be clear, and we can let it begin to cycle. This gravel is actually already established. This came from another planted tank that I already have. So there's already a good bacterial, you know, sort of biological denitrification sort of bacteria going on already, which will help against, you know, ammonia and other stuff like that, which obviously is a big killer of fish. They cannot tolerate that. So I will check in next week and we will see what our options are for betta fish. Thanks for watching. Alrighty. Hi everybody, just a quick update. I'm probably taking this video 20 minutes after I took the other video. Just a quick update on sort of things I've done after I ended that video. I switched the location, I sort of switched the aquascape around. I put the heater on the right side just so that both of the wires were going out on the same side over here by the light. And I blocked the heater with the larger piece of driftwood just to sort of keep it out of sight more. Not like it's a real eyesore anyway, but it's a lot harder to see now. So I just wanted to touch back on the whole, like, you know, I did say that I rinsed this gravel, but I would still consider it live gravel. There's still a lot of you know, denitrifying bacteria in it, which is a necessity. Especially, you know, obviously if we're going to be doing, I plan on doing shrimp and snails and other sort of invertebrates like that. So having low nitrates in a tank in any tank is really something that you want to strive for, which we're definitely going to do with this tank. So if you don't have live gravel already, which you can buy pretty much anywhere online through us, I can even put a link for this stuff that we used in this tank in the video. But you want to supplement the denitrifying bacteria somehow, whether that's with a piece of rock that's from an already established tank, whether that's with you know, an artificial bacteria that you dump into the tank after you set it up. All something that I feel is vital to the health of a little aquarium like this, especially because it's so small. The waste can just accumulate so fast, and that's where a lot of people often run into trouble. So we're definitely going to take this tank slow. We're going to go at it actual pace here. I'm going to try and keep this tank as healthy as possible, looking as good as possible, and put a lot of time into it, because that's what it comes down to, is time. So I would say in a week or two, I'll start adding plants next week, and then maybe the week after that, we can pick out a fish. I'm looking to see what kind I want to get for this tank. This is a separate setup from all my other ones, so may go a little pricier just to get something that's really nice in here. And then I would say maybe 3 weeks after, or a week after that, 3 weeks from now, we can start to add shrimp and other snails, freshwater snails and stuff like that. You know, I really like the whole earthy contrast, I think, with like really bright life. I mean, betta fish just come in incredible colors anymore, blues and yellows and oranges and stuff. So I think it'll be a very nice contrast between the earthiness of the stand and then even on the inside of the tank, the rock and the wood and the clay, and then having all the bright plant life and the bright fish. I think it'll be a very nice little tank, and hopefully bring you some inspiration at the very least for maybe one of a larger tank, or if you end up getting one of these tanks. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next week.